You call them ISIS, ISIL, the Islamic State, Daesh, or just terrorists. The Islamic group claiming to have found a new caliphate in Syria and Iraq has been on a mission of cultural annihilation since it first began sweeping across the Middle East. Their reason for this destructive behavior is their strict adherence to Salafism, which places monotheism above all polytheistic religions. ISIL believes that these temples, cities, and archaeological sites should be destroyed in accordance with their perverted beliefs. Now a look at the top 5 cultural atrocities committed by ISIS. Number 5. Dur Shuriken. The city of Dur Shuriken, present-day Khorsabad, stood as the capital of Assyria under the reign of King Sargon II from 722 BC to 705 BC. It was an important historic and archaeological site for the Assyrian art and architecture community. The city was built specifically for the reign of Sargon II and was abandoned shortly after his death. Fortunately, many of its artifacts have been moved to museums in Baghdad, Paris, London, and Chicago, but some had also gone to the Mosul Museum and were destroyed by the Islamic State. The study of this site has shed light on the ancient Assyrian culture, but due to the polytheistic beliefs of the Assyrians, the Islamic State completely razed the site in March of 2015. Number 4. The Mosul Museum. According to the National Museum of Iraq, everything potentially destroyed in the Mosul Museum was original, except for 4 items made of gypsum, which were copies. Prior to the taking of Mosul, the Iraqi government saw the possibility of losing the city and moved most of the artifacts to Baghdad to ensure their safety. This left only 300 pieces in the museum when the Islamic State raided and destroyed it, and most of the remaining items were Assyrian pieces that were too large to move, like a well-preserved lamassu, which the militants quickly destroyed. Number 3. Hatra. The city of Hatra, built in the 2nd or 3rd century BC by the Seleucid Empire, has been named by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Although the site had been preserved throughout the past 1400 years by numerous Islamic empires, ISIL decided that it was against Islamic values, and it had to be destroyed. Many of the destroyed statues were representations of gods, like Apollo and Poseidon, and the site housed artifacts from numerous cultures. Its loss is tremendous to the international community. Representatives from UNESCO have called the destruction of Hatra a war crime. Number 2. Nimrud. The Islamic State captured everything on video and posted it on YouTube for the world to see. The city, like many ancient landmarks associated with polytheistic societies, was destroyed in early 2015. Nimrud was one of the greatest archaeological sites in Iraq, as well as one of the most important ruins of the Assyrian Empire. The royal tombs of Nimrud were one of the 20th century's most significant archaeological finds, which have likely been completely destroyed by the Islamic State. And number 1. Palmera. Probably the most ancient site destroyed by ISIL, the city of Palmera had shown evidence of human settlement as far back as the Neolithic period. First documented in historical records more than 4,000 years ago, Palmera housed some truly spectacular ruins, such as the Temple of Bel and the Great Colonnade. While in the hands of ISIL, the major buildings were all destroyed, including the temples of Bel and Balshamin, the Great Colonnade, the Arch of Triumph, and even remnants of the city's walls. UNESCO declared the destruction of the World Heritage Site as a war crime. This has been a look at the top 5 cultural atrocities that have been committed by ISIS.